Don't say it, don't curse us, son. Well, we are feeling a lot more positive about tonight's fixture, the big one. But before we take a look at the most important fixture for Bafana in Afcon 2015, let's take a look at what matches you can expect this coming weekend. Well, of course, today is all about Group C. Our Friday night action brings you Algeria, who, of course, beat South Africa 3-1. They're up against Ghana, and the massive clash between South Africa and Senegal. We'll take a look at that just now. Moving to tomorrow, we've got Ivory Coast, who squandered their first round opportunity. They're going to need to win when they take on Mali tomorrow, whilst Cameroon and Guinea end off the second round of group matches with the last match of Saturday evening. Then it's back to Group A on Sunday. We've got Gabon up against Equatorial Guinea, both sides getting off to a fantastic start. In fact, the winner of this one is guaranteed to qualify for the quarterfinals. And the last game of the day, Burkina Faso up against Congo. Burkina Faso, they're going to look to tap into that magic they found 2 years ago here in South Africa. Why? Because they need nothing less than a 3-0 victory to ensure qualification. Well, it's about that time when we look forward to the next big encounter for Bafana Bafana. And after their game on Monday, this evening's matchup against Senegal, and a very strong outfit at that, becomes a must-win situation for the nation. We got together our Afcon Brains Trust, together with some former players who know all about this tournament, and they gave us their take on Bafana's progress thus far. Take a look.
Monday evening marked the first time that Bafana Bafana tasted defeat under coach Shakes Mashaba as they lost 3-1 to Algeria in their opening African Cup of Nations match in Group C.
I think South Africans have a right to be disappointed by the result of Bafana Bafana's match against Algeria. But having said that, though, let's not forget that Algeria is the #1 team on the continent.
There was so many positives to take from the game. There was so much good came out of it. To then go on and lose in the manner that they did was devastating. I think the first 65 minutes of the game, I think Bafana were probably the best team in the tournament at that point. And then obviously the penalty happened, the own goal happened, and it all kind of fell to pieces.
Bafana dominated for the majority of the encounter, but momentum swung in Algeria's favour after Tokolo Ranki missed his penalty, and referee Numan Diaz-Du failed to send off Faisa Mandi for the challenge.
Who should have been responsible for that penalty? Because as far as I understand, Tokolo Ranki is not the designated penalty taker. There were 3 guys ahead of him, Andile Jali, Opa Manyisa and Sibusiso Vilagazi. Andile Jali actually went up to take the penalty, but Tokolo Ranki was the first on the ball, and he took the ball and he said he's confident enough to take the penalty.
When you look at the tackle on Sibusiso Vilagazi, the bias in me would love to say it should have been a red card, but I'm not so sure if it really would have made much of a difference. I mean, when you looked at the game where Javinho decided to, become a boxer instead of a soccer player, and that red card didn't actually do much of a difference when it comes to Ivory Coast. In fact, it pushed them to actually want to do their level best. So it would have given us a slight advantage, but I don't think it really would have made much of a difference.
1996 Afcon winners Phil Masinga and Neil Tovey know what it takes to win the tournament. The pair are positive Bafana can bounce back from their early setback.
I don't think most of them is their first loss. They've lost some games, and then they've managed to come back from that situation. And I think most of the players who are playing in the national team have gone through that. It's not the first time they go through it.
Well, I think you've got to take in the good points, how they dominated the match for those periods of time against the #1 team in Africa. So they can compete with any team in this competition. But I still think they've got to then work and say, okay, what did we do wrong? We've got to rectify what we did wrong defensively. We didn't have enough cover on certain at times. There wasn't enough discussion and organisation.
Having missed the first game due to suspension, Renielwela Solonyane and Eric Matojo are available again for selection. Their experience will be needed in tonight's must-win clash.
Rivaldo's out with an injury, so Matojo will come in and gives that stability to the defence. The organisation, what we spoke about, the communication is needed to be better.
Tower could be a huge player for us in that game. I mean, they've got some very tall strikers. A lot of the balls, a lot of their attacks do come from the wings, crosses coming in. They're using the physicality and the height, and I think that Tower could be crucial there.
Coach Shakes just have to motivate the players, and he just have to make sure that the players start believing on themselves.
At the end of the day, we have these 2 games that we still need to win, Senegal and Ghana. Ghana, I really think we can actually definitely beat them, but Senegal's not going to be an easy one, but we have what it takes to actually compete at this level. When you look at how they played against Algeria, we definitely have what it takes. So if I was him, I'd tell them, go out there, enjoy your football. you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So go out there and play your own style of football.
You can see Bafana Bafana take on Senegal in their second Group C match live on SABC1 at 9 tonight. Make sure you don't miss out on a thrilling encounter and give our boys your support.